Hi everyone. Today our topic is how to use HTTP Authorization Manager and HTTP Header Manager elements in Apache Jmeter tool. That is only our topic today. But why I need to mention these two elements? The reason I will face one issue and one scenario for recent just 1 week back only. That reason only maybe some other peoples also will face in different applications, but the scenario is same and issue is same. That reason maybe this video will be helpful to any one person also. That reason I will create it. The scenario is there is a one web application. Once application is launched, it's automatically there is a pop-up is coming and is asking to enter the username and password. This is the exactly scenario, just login scenario. But the main problem is once application is launched, the pop-up will become in I'm using from Jmeter tool, but the username and passwords it's not able to capture one side, and I'm using everything is a API based. Okay, that time the APS is not able to bypass the username and password. That reason the application before login only I need to bypass that one. How I need to do and how we need to resolve this issue. Okay, there is a two methods. One is HTTP authorization manager, one way you need to resolve. One is HTTP header manager. Both used to you need to able to solve the issue. Now I need to show you how we need to do. And this is the I'm using the sample URL. URL means it's a general application URL only, but I am not able to show the original application how we need to pop up will become. Okay, you also most of the time you need to able to see any banking applications or e-commerce any type of application. Once application is loaded and there is a separate pop-up will become and you need to asking to enter the username and password. That is the scenario. Okay, how this one will be work now you can see. Once I will enter this URL, click on enter, it's loaded and you will ask to directly just a minute, maybe it's paused already. I need to remove all history maybe. Just a minute. Maybe that cookies anything will be captured. Yeah, you can see once the URL means application URL will be loaded. This is it's example only. I will show you this one, this pop-up. But originality, once application is loaded, now one big pop-up will be came and he will asking the enter the username and password. Okay, that type of scenario I will explain. This is just you need to provide the username is user, password is PASSWD. Okay, click on sign in, and this is the API request is showing the authenticated true. Okay, this is the way you need to execute at that one scenario. But how we need to do in Jmeter? That is my scenario. I'm already provided the username is user, password is pass WD. First element is HTTP authorization manager, and second one HTTP header manager. Plus you need to use the bean shell preprocessor. And the HTTP header manager and bean shell preprocessors, no? In mainly HTTP header manager, you need to use the name is authorization, value is basic base 64 encode, user and password. But by default in Jmeter does not have base 64 function, encode and decode. Means in Jmeter it's not supported the base 64 encode and decode methods. But the scenario is only base 64 only. But how we need to do this work in login scenario? Okay, now you need to go to the Jmeter tool. You need to open. This is my Jmeter tool. The version is 5.4.1. I'm using first one, HTTP authorization manager. Okay. Now this is my default test plan will become. You need to add the test plan under thread group. Add. Go to thread and thread group. Under thread group, add. Go to sampler HTTP request. After thread group, you need to add the listener view results tree. It's done. After go to the, you need to take that URL. HTTPS, it's a protocol. Need to give protocol level. Give the path. Okay, it's everything is ready now. Just you need to save. Authorization login. Just save. Okay. Now you need to run that request. Its fail is showing to the response port 401 and the response message is unauthorized. Okay, unauthorized means it's not bypassed to the username and password. You need to pass that one. How you need to pass now? You can go to the thread group. You can add config element HTTP authorization manager. You need to add and provide the first of all base URL you need to provide. It's a very important. You need to take this base URL. You need to provide this one base URL, and username is you need to provide user and password is pass WD. Not required domain and real name. Okay. Actually, this URL it's not a original application. That reason you no need to provide both, and you need to provide the mechanism is basic digit. Okay. Now you need to save that one and you need to try. Okay. Okay, the request is pass. Now we need to see the request is pass. The first one will done. Now you need to moving to the HTTP header manager plus bean shell preprocessor. Same scenario only, but you need to use another method. You need to disable and you need to run one more time. You can see it's a fail now. It's the same scenario. Now you need to go to HTTP request, go to config element. You need to add the HTTP header manager, go to request, go to preprocessor, bean shell preprocessor. Okay, HTTP header manager, you need to provide the name is okay, name is authorization, value is it's a I will provide the basic. Okay, basic base 64 encode, but you need to provide the basic. After I will tell you what you need to do. Okay, you can go to the bean shell preprocessor now. Now you need to provide the first imported to the packages. Imported means you can type the import org dot apache dot commons dot codec dot binary dot base 64. Okay, example this packages what you need to return all the things. No, it's already available this packages Jmeter. You can go to the properties file, and properties file you need to check there are so many functions and properties available. Okay, that place only you need to import this one. Okay, after you need to convert this to bytes. You can give the byte, you can provide the encoded username, encoded username and password base 64 base base 64 dot that one is first one is the base 64 of base 64 dot encode base 64. Okay, you need to bypass the usernames and passwords. Username is user colon pass wd dot it's a get bytes bracket, and you need to close get bytes bracket, and you need to close that. After you need to pass to the another variable. Now it's a vars dot put. This all the things you need to learn to the bean shell script. Not only bean shell, you need to learn to the groovy scripting or javascript or directly java programming also you need to be able to use. Okay, after vars dot put, you need to open the authentication encoded authentication type. You need to provide the authorization auth dot new string. Okay, new string. You need to password the encoded username, encoded username, password. Okay, these are the things you need to set up. First one, it's a package. This whole is package is available. Jmeter's properties file available. This is the method you need to take the bytes and encoded username and password. I will generally return this one, and you need to take this one packages type base 64 dot encode base 64 and provide the username and password dot get bytes bracket, and you need to this total data you need to transfer this place vars dot put auth. This all username and password is encoded base 64 level, and you need to take into the auth will stored. This is everything is string. That reason I will mention to the new string encoded username and password. Okay, now it's available. Everything is this place. Authentication only it's available. You need to copy this one. Go to HTTP header manager. You need to provide the dollar symbol, open close flower brackets, and you need to provide it. And you need to save them. Okay, just you need to run one time. Request failed. Authorization basic dollar auth. Maybe it's a bytes. Coded username and password. Yeah, it's passed. Okay, just it's a B is a capital letter in bytes point of view. Okay, this bytes is different, this byte is different. Okay. Okay, now request is passed. You can see the response code 200 and successful. Same request only I will send it, but authentication is true. It's a API methods. Okay, this is the way you need to use that one, and you need to execute. Otherwise, simply how to bypass the username and passwords to the pop-up application in login page. Yeah, you can use to the one is HTTP authorization manager you need to use, one is HTTP header manager, and bean shell preprocessor user 2 you need to bypass. You need to run the load test. You can add the CS vendors the config, and you need to provide the Excel data, everything you need to set up that one username and passwords, and this place you need to parameterize dollar open close and username and dollar open close password. That way you need to take it. And same way in bean shell preprocessor also same username and password this place. You need to add the CS vendors the config files, and Excel sheet you need to provide all the username and passwords. That names only you need to parameterize this place username and password, dollar open close username, dollar open close password in flower brackets. That way you need to run the load test. There is a two, you can see the problem is same and the solution will provide the two methods. You need to solve that one. Okay, that's all guys, this video. Maybe anyone will face this type of issues. Yeah, you can use this method. There is a two methods you can use. Who are the people is interested coding? Yeah, you can come and you need to check this one. This video is very small, but you need to really interested. You need to learn this one, how the packages will be work, how you need to return this type of code you need to execute it, and how you need to pass this everything values in authorization level, and the authorization how we need to pass to the through HTTP header managers. Okay, that reason you need to learn this one. And the second one, it's not interested for coding. Yeah, you can go to directly authorization. It's simply you need to pass it and you need to run the test. Okay, yes guys, you need to practice one or two times now. You able to understand how we need to work, what you need to do. Okay, but one time you need to learn this one, you able to useful for your future. Okay, yeah, that's all guys, this video. I will connect to the my next video. Thank you very much for everyone. Bye.